With the new import tariff now in effect, the U.S. auto market is heading into completely new territory. Popular SUVs made outside the country are suddenly a lot more expensive to bring in, and prices are about to spike like never before.
In this video, we're breaking down 11 SUV models that are taking the hardest hit, along with what their new price tags might look like. And trust me, some of them will absolutely shock you.
2025 Honda CR-V. The 2025 Honda CR-V might be one of the most searched-for SUVs in the US, but it's also one of the first to get hit hard by the new tariff. The LX and EX trims, which come with a turbocharged 1.5L engine, are built in Ontario, Canada. That makes them fully subject to the 25% import tariff. If Honda passes that full cost onto buyers, you're looking at nearly $7,900 extra on top of the $31,495 starting price, pushing it close to $40,000. The CR-V hybrid, however, is built in Ohio and Indiana, so it avoids the full vehicle tariff, but not completely. Its engines and transmissions are made in Japan, so a parts-based tariff still applies. 2025 Toyota Land Cruiser. The Toyota Land Cruiser just returned with a major redesign, and now it's staring down a big pricing problem. Built to be smaller, leaner, and more off-road capable, the 2025 Land Cruiser now starts at a much more reasonable $58,150, way lower than the six-figure versions from the past. It's powered by a turbocharged 2.4L hybrid engine, Toyota's iForce Max, which offers great torque and better fuel efficiency. But here's the problem. It's built entirely in Japan, which means it takes the full 25% tariff hit. In the worst case, if Toyota passes all that cost to buyers, the Land Cruiser's price could jump by over $14,500, taking it well past the $72,000 mark. That would erase the value for money factor that made the new Land Cruiser so appealing in the first place. 2025 Jeep Compass and Jeep Wagoneer S. Lately, Jeep has been pushing higher prices, but cracks are starting to show. Dealers are struggling to move stock, especially as buyers question if they're really getting the luxury tech or dependability they're paying for. Now, with the 25% import tariff, things might get even worse. Two Jeep models that are immediately impacted: the Compass and the all-new Wagoneer S. The Compass, usually priced around $31,630, could jump to almost $40,000. Tough to justify in the compact SUV market. The Wagoneer S, Jeep's new electric luxury SUV, starts at $67,195. With the tariff, that could rise well past $90,000 depending on the trim and features. More Jeep models could also be affected, which might force the brand to change its approach or risk losing a big portion of its customer base. 2025 Hyundai Palisade. The 2025 Hyundai Palisade has earned its place as a standout three-row SUV, offering spacious seating, a nice interior, and loads of cargo room at a fair price. But that reputation for value might be in danger. Unlike its sibling, the Kia Telluride, which is made in Georgia, the Palisade is imported from Ulsan, South Korea. That means it's hit with the full 25% tariff starting April 2nd. If that full cost is passed to buyers, prices could go up by around $9,600, pushing the base price to nearly $48,000. That's a tough ask for families looking for high-end features without the premium brand pricing. Before we jump into the next model, if you're finding this video useful, go ahead and give it a quick like. 2025 Ford Bronco Sport. The Ford Bronco Sport made a strong first impression with its rugged looks and off-road vibe, but lately it's been falling short. Even though it averages around $31,000, dealers are having a hard time selling them. Buyers are walking away over concerns about reliability, build quality, and whether it's really worth the price. Now it's facing a new challenge: the 25% import tariff. Since it's built in Mexico, it's fully affected. If Ford passes that cost to customers, the price could rise by about 7,800 tons, putting it well into the high 30,000s. For a model already struggling to prove itself, this might be the final blow. 2025 Mazda CX-5. The 2025 Mazda CX-5 might be getting older, but it's still a fan favorite thanks to its upscale cabin, great handling, and good value. But all that value could disappear fast due to the new tariff. Since it's made entirely in Hiroshima and Hofu, Japan, it'll be slapped with the full 25% import fee. That could push its price from $35,000 to almost $44,000. That's a big increase for a model that's 8 years into its run. Meanwhile, Mazda's newer CX-50, which is built in Alabama, won't have the same issue. That could flip the script, making the older CX-5 more expensive than the newer, more advanced CX-50. And here's the twist. With rising costs and a solid alternative already in production, Mazda might just retire the CX-5 sooner than expected. If you're interested in one, don't wait too long or assume it'll stay at today's price. 2025 Toyota 4Runner. The Toyota 4Runner is finally getting a complete redesign. After more than 15 years, the 6th-gen model brings updated styling, modern tech, and better performance options. But it's launching into a tough environment. The new 4Runner is made in Japan at Toyota's Tahara plant, making it fully subject to the 25% import tariff. That could boost prices by up to $13,500. With a base price of $42,220, that kind of increase could push entry-level trims into the mid-$50,000 range, and fully loaded models beyond $70,000. While the new 4Runner is exciting, these tariff costs could seriously impact how it competes in the rugged SUV category. A lot will depend on how Toyota handles the added costs. 2025 GMC Terrain. The 2025 GMC Terrain offers rugged styling and practical size for compact SUV buyers, but its assembly location might cause some pricing pain. That could raise its average price from about $35,000 to nearly $44,000, an $8,800 jump. It remains to be seen how much of that cost GM will eat and how much will hit customers directly. 2025 Chevrolet Blazer and Equinox. It's not just the Terrain. Two more GM SUVs, the Chevy Blazer and Equinox, are in the same situation. The Blazer, averaging $42,691, could shoot past $53,000 with the tariff. And the 2025 Equinox, made exclusively in San Luis Potosi, Mexico, could face a similar increase. 2025 Infiniti QX50 and QX55. Infiniti isn't just at risk from the new tariff, it's already struggling. The QX50 typically sells for around $41,692, and the QX55 ranges between $50,150 and nearly $59,000. 2025 Audi Q5. The 2025 Audi Q5 is getting a fresh redesign, with sharper looks, better interior features, and new powertrain options to stay competitive in the luxury SUV world. It starts at $45,400, and Audi hopes this refresh will reignite interest. But there's a problem. The Q5 is made in San Jose, Chiapa, Mexico, making it subject to the full 25% import tariff. That could push prices over $56,000, depending on how Audi handles the cost. This tariff arrives just as Audi needs the Q5's relaunch to be a hit. And for buyers, this might completely change how they view the value of the Q5. So what do you think? Should car companies absorb the costs, or will this drive buyers away from new vehicles altogether? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear from you. If you got any value from this video, please give it a like. It really helps support the channel. And if you want to stay on top of car market updates, Make sure to subscribe to WikiWheels and turn on notifications so you never miss a post. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.